Good morning, my lovelies. Welcome back to another episode of Selfcare with Lee. It's been so long since we had an episode. I can't wait to spill all this tea and also connect with you all. Thank you so much for still downloading the podcast. It's been a long time since I've posted or did any content at all. So I'm just excited to be back. Thank you for loving. Thank you for downloading. And thank you for subscribing to Selfcare with Lee. Love you, love you, love you. And let's get into this episode, shall we? It's been such a long time since we last had an episode. As time went on, life was lifing. I experienced a breakup, a breakthrough, and now I'm embracing my healing journey. Today's episode, I want to share and speak on the self-care tips that helped me get through my breakup, allowed me to break free from negativity and negative thoughts about my own self, and allowed me to embrace my healing journey. If you're new to this channel or podcast, it's all about reaching your highest potential by using the 12 building blocks of self-care. I use these blocks to improve myself internally and externally. And if you're into motivation and self-improvement, join the tribe. Engage with the podcast, engage with the YouTube channel, and please like, comment, and subscribe. You can download the podcast on all streaming platforms as well. Before we dive deeper into this episode, I always want to start the day off with meditation or prayer. I'm a firm believer in meditation, clearing your mind so you can ground yourself to start your day and have the best day possible, as well as your week. Make this a part of your habit or your routine to start your day with prayer and meditation. So let's get into it. Breathe in, breathe out. Silence any negativity or negative thoughts, opinions, and doubt from your mind. Allow yourself to feel peace in this moment by listening to your breath as it flows in and out. Understand that this moment sets up the rest of your day. You are in complete control of your next steps. Know that you are powerful, you are present, and you deserve the desires of your heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. You got this. One thing that I noticed or I learned through what I like to call rough patches in life, also defined by those moments in life where you don't feel totally in control, but you must keep going. I learned through this process of grief and heartbreak that all things are in God's hands. I am giving it to Him. For all my spiritual girlies, you understand that without prayer, you are nothing, right? Without God, you can't do anything. I thank God for this new perspective I have found and He's given me throughout this process of grief and heartbreak. Because when I heard Him say, let go, I had to be obedient. I feel that it was a very humbling experience, preparing myself to be a wife, being engaged, and preparing for a wedding. And really, for the first time ever, I was in love. However, I was changing. I was neglecting myself, and I wasn't neglecting my ex per se, but I was neglecting myself internally. I was putting my love for this life that we were building together first, ignoring all things that were not positively impacting the life I wanted at this time. When you want something so badly, you have to take a step back and understand if this is truly meant for you and if it's God's plan for yourself. And that was what I was questioning. Is this meant for me? Is this God's plan for me during this time? I'm sure that He does have that plan for me, but maybe it's a different approach that I must go by. Maybe it's a different perspective that I needed in order to spiritually grow. This is the most humbling experience I've ever experienced in life. I feel as if there's some things that made me feel off balance, but deep down, I felt like I was recalibrating. Oddly enough, I have always had relationships with God, but it was getting stronger as I was preparing to be a wife. It was me running to Him for answers, fasting, praying, and now I realized that this might have been a spiritual test. All of it. This was the hardest life event I've ever experienced. Again, this was difficult and challenging for me. But I found peace that I made the best decision for me, and I'm standing on that by walking away and letting go. I have been the happiest I've been in some time. Also, the saddest I've been in some time. Sometimes letting go is just that. You let go, you grieve it, and you keep moving. So, if we have heartbreak in common, or you're going through a heartbreak and you're breaking through and you're preparing for your healing journey, I have 5 tips that kept me sane through this season of my life. I want to prepare you, therefore, you can reach your highest potential. If you're new here or you're familiar with the motivation of this podcast, I'm a strong believer in writing your vision on paper. I strongly suggest, if you are going to join this community, that you invest in a journal, planner, or iPad. Therefore, we can write our words on paper so we can hold ourselves accountable. And most importantly, record our growth on paper so you can look back and see how far you have come. So now that's out the way, I want to share these 5 tips getting through your heartbreak, accepting your breakthrough, and embracing your healing journey. The first tip is allow yourself 72 hours of complete bed rot. Allow yourself to feel your emotions. Take a mental health day from work or a little PTO. Block out the world. Eat your favorite snacks. Do not pressure yourself to do anything you do not want to do. I must say that this is important to remember, that you are responsible for you. During this time, focus on you and your mental health. If you need to speak to someone, please seek help. There is nothing wrong with therapy. Please see what your benefits are with your health plan and talk it out. Write it out, scream it out. 72 hours of feeling emotions allows freedom to overcome the success and avoidance reflex. This is a known fact from Psychologist Today and Dr. Carl Albrecht. He wrote an article back in 2013 I read in college, and honestly, it was the best advice I can follow. Even through my years, in my 30s, it's been a life tactic of mine. So I encourage you to just bed right and just feel all the feels, because you deserve it. You deserve to have that quality time with yourself, and don't put too much pressure on yourself. Don't blame yourself during this time. Just completely let go of all thoughts, okay? Let go of all the negative, let go of all the positive. Just lay and just in the comfort of your home and the comfort of your favorite blanket, like whatever it is that you need, just relax for those 72 hours. Tip 2. Building your self-care routine. After your 72 hours of embracing your emotions and your feelings, now it is time to truly dive into a healthy daily routine. Now it's time to find ways to get back on task from the moment you wake up until it's time for bed. Here you can take yourself shopping for new products, workout gear, and books. Maybe explore things to just escape from where you are right now and help yourself make yourself look good and feel good internally and externally. Treat yourself. If you don't want to splurge, write down your tasks that you need to complete each day and new things as well. Make new goals for yourself and just completely reset. And have yourself a moment where you can just clock each moment of task or each moment of things to do, whatever it is that makes you feel good. Allow yourself to check those things off. So building a self-care routine is extremely important to getting yourself out of that funk and allowing yourself to move around and hold yourself accountable with your daily routine and your goals that you wish to complete. Tip 3, movement. Move your body. I can't express this enough. It's important that you take time to move around 30 minutes a day. Studies suggest. Most importantly, you want that revenge body, don't you? Personally, for me, I gained weight during my relationship, and now it's time to get into the gym, okay? Keep my body constantly moving, because that revenge body is the goal, okay? I want my body to be T the next time I pop out. I make it a point to close all my rings on my watch. That is my goal each day. I go to the gym, I go to hot yoga classes, I take brisk walks. Once I started working out and really turned my body into whatever I want it to be, I learned that I was in complete control over this. It honestly has been also a stress reliever, where I go to the gym, I go to the yoga, I go into the sauna, I just feel good. And whatever it is that I intake, I want it out, through sweat and through exercise. So I encourage you to just come up with like some sort of formula of your gym plan and getting that revenge body, because you deserve it. Whether you're a man or a woman, okay? You deserve a revenge body, okay? So let's get into to moving and just getting that 30 minutes of exercise, if you have an Apple Watch or a Fitbit, hold yourself accountable. See how many steps you're getting. One of my goals is 10,000 steps. So do what you want with that information. I want you to just move around and like feel good on the inside, but also feel good about yourself and how you look. I think that's more important for me right now, is just making sure that I lose the weight and I am healthy, internally and externally. So move that body, okay? Tip 4, meditation and prayer. As I said, I began to really get closer to God during my relationship. Now I have locked in with my Bible, and most importantly, I meditate just to clear my mind and clear the thoughts, and I lock into the Word of God. It's helped me in ways I can't describe. If you are not spiritual or religious, please know there's no judgment. However, understand that the world around you was created, and know that being in sync with yourself is extremely important to find balance within. So meditation can be difficult for some. Please know that even if you start with 60 seconds of just deep breath work, it allows you to tune out the noise and dig deeper. Box breathing is a great start as well. For my prayer warriors, every morning I start a day with a devotional. If you are new to reading your Bible, I highly recommend downloading the Bible app. They are the best way to start your journey. Same with meditation. You can begin deep breath work, box breathing, where you can inhale and hold the breath for 4 to 5 seconds, exhaling through your mouth, and you will do that for 4 times. And as you sit in the silence of the final breath and continue your regular breathing pattern, you can begin to share your gratitude for waking up and being blessed to see another day. Don't want to tell you what to pray for, but please don't forget to thank God for blessing you another day by giving you life. My last and final tip, tip 5, give yourself grace. Allow yourself to do things you enjoyed as a child. For me, it's going to the beach, it's golfing, it's being outside with nature and walking. Think to yourself that what makes me happy? What made me happy back then? What did I do before this life event changed my life? What brought me peace? What made me feel love inside? How can you nurture you? Let's take a moment to reflect on these tips, and now it's time to hold you accountable. Grab your pen and your journal, and let's write your plan down. Write these 5 tips in your journal and begin to write ideas of how you can incorporate these tips in your life. Let me know in the comments that you are embracing your healing journey today by simply saying ready. Until next time, you got this. Here's to Self-Care with Lee. Bye.